There you go. Now we're live. We told you guys that we were going to make a podcast after the election, and we were going to bring back, regardless of the results, we were going to bring back um, Tony El Guapo Rodriguez for some commentary and to let us know what he thinks happened in this election. I will say right away, thank you for joining us. This is the Maverick Times. We are in episode number 46, guys, 46. And Guapo's one of our, has been one of our regulars that comes back every once in a while to talk with us and tell us how things are, what he thinks, and what his perception and opinion of what has transpired. Wapo, we just had a this big election that happened, right? Surprising results, maybe for some. What do you think? What's going on?
What do I
Thank you for
think? No,
coming on.
no. First of all, thank you for having me. And what do I think? No. What do you all think? Because I predicted it, and I'm not wrong.
Yeah, guys. I mean, as much as anybody would want to contradict or say something, that's absolutely right. I mean, Wapo said, and Wapo here said that he was going to take it, that Aaron would be taking it. It was a dramatic type of, very dramatic type of election, right? Where you had Miss Monica Cruz up by 46 votes
And
in
I already
early
knew.
election.
Yeah, and I already knew it was gonna shift towards that on, because just let's go back to where Mr. Bose, que en paz descanse, when he ran against Mr. Salcedo. What happened there? He lost by 12 votes. So anybody can come back from 46 votes. And
No,
I called it, and the way I see it, you know what? In this election, you can cheat all you want, you can buy votes all you want, you can connect the dots all you want, but at the end of the day, remember I said they can cheat, they can do whatever they want. It's already in the script. I already predicted it. Aaron's gonna take it. Remember that? Hey, hey, and I even asked.
yeah, yeah, man. I mean, I can't say that you were wrong because obviously, I mean, we saw who won. Now there's a big thing, right? 46 votes. He comes back on election day and is up 13 votes because he's going to be he is our mayor elect. Um, Now, what do you think happened? I mean, look, in the general election, which was when we had three candidates for mayor with Jesus Casas in the mix, you had um, Aron. Aron was up one vote in the early vote, right? Real
I
slim
think
margin.
I think in the intel with Aaron, somebody was giving votes to Monica.
So you think someone on the inside that was working for Aron was actually promoting Monica? That's what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Yep.
Ooh, that's
And I'll find, and I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna I'm gonna ask, and when I ask, like they'll let me see through that person. Like I'll find out how that person, if it was, if it wasn't. But after asking, it's 99.9% accurate that somebody was working for it on, was sending the votes to Monica.
it. Now, I mean, that's a interesting perspective because yes, you did have Aron win the early vote this time, and then being down 46 the second time, right? So that was kind of off. It could have gone either way, but it seems that Monica gained there, right? But Aron still was able to come back in the election day vote, right? Because
Yeah,
in the general election, he actually got 92 ahead of Monica on election day. And
he
then
conquered. He
and
conquered it. He conquered it, and you know I've been hearing rumors that there's gonna be a recount, and they cheated and this cheat. Either way, The bottom line is Aaron Valdez is our mayor for Eagle Pass. And congratulate him and his wife by sticking to his side. And it is what it is.
You
But
know, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, but you know, Ms. Monica Cruz, she did whatever she did. You know, you had Mr. Constable Mario Hernandez, you had other candidates helping her out. And I even spoke to Mr. Mario Hernandez and I told him, yeah, I already know where it's going. When it's here and here, I'm not wrong. I am not wrong. I even told him to give him the benefit of the doubt. And, I went, a matter of fact, I went to go vote. Uh,
How was that experience?
it was great. I went to go vote, and guess who went over there and picked me up?
Who was that?
Mr. Elias Diaz and Mr. Aaron Valdez.
Wow, personally.
Personally, Mr. Aaron Valdez got in the back of the seat, and I got to get a ride with Mr. Elias Diaz. So if you buy the votes, if you cheat, they can. And I said they can do whatever they want, but the way I have it locked in, it's Aaron coming on top. And Aaron, at one point, he never lost faith on me, and to this day, I'll defend him. And but there's one thing money cannot buy, and I tell everybody this: money cannot buy friendship.
Hmm. Yeah, you're right with that one. I mean, I totally agree with you. Now, let's talk about that time that they went over there and they picked you up to go vote. You're saying Elias and Mr. Aron. So, what was that experience like? I mean, how did you see it at that point when they picked you up?
It was a great
Were they worried?
experience.
Were they?
No, no, they were worried, and they were like, "Hey, we need people to vote. You got anybody that wants to vote?" Yeah, but they're asleep right now. They're gonna. My people are not gonna go vote till later on when they wake up. I went to go vote. It was about 8:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. You know,
Oh,
it was early. It was about 7:30, 8 o'clock.
okay.
So I already had told them. I even hugged them. We're outside the parking lot. I hugged them. I told them, "Hey," and me, I this is the way I see Mr. Valdez, not as a boss because he was my boss at one point. Uh, I told him, "You got nothing to worry about. You'll be fine." And he was very nervous, and I told him, "Don't worry about it." And I was at his house, and I took off my necklace, and I asked, and I told him, "This is what's gonna happen. You're gonna win. No ifs or buts. It's already the script. That's it."
I mean, he won, man. I know. I know the camp was a little quiet after the early vote results came out because I mean, 46 is not something that you can, it's not a death sentence, but it definitely does make it a little bit harder on you coming on election day, right? I was reminded about the last time that something like that happened. 40 vote deficit was when Maito Obregón was running against
Lupita
Lupita
Fuentes.
Fuentes. And Lupita Fuentes was able to come back on election day and get those over 40 votes to secure her election. As this was for the school board, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not anything that was out of range or was like, how the hell did that happen? But it was, it had everybody sweating bullets there.
A lot of people, invested a lot of money to Miss Cruz. A lot of money. And you know what? The sad thing about it, and this message is going to Victor Lozoya. I only said what you wanted to hear. But when you said that because of Chicho Hernandez, and I'm gonna tell you, Victor, I got the upper hand. I call the shots. If I say this is what's gonna happen, this is what's gonna happen. And if you don't believe me, as the city of Eagle Pass with 57 South.
That's another issue that a lot of people were curious as to what's going to happen moving forward, depending on who would win this election. A lot of people have a misconstrued view that Aaron is just going to let it go and not continue what he needs to do. But I don't
He's
think that's the
he
case,
can't.
right?
It's not that he can't let it go because it's not his job because he wasn't there at the time when that happened. But when you have other agencies already looking to it, getting involved, state and federal agencies, he has no control over that.
Which I mean, I'm sure that they're already kind of looking at the situation. You know,
It's a process.
it's out of his
It's a
hands, right?
process. Yeah, it's a process. It's a process. It's out of his control, and he has no say so because he was not involved at the time. Now,
So
if he was the mayor and Rolly's shoes, yeah, but he wasn't. So you cannot blame him. You cannot tell him what to do. He has no control over it. He's nobody to tell it. You know what? Forget about it. No, I think like what he said. Since Eagle Pass has spoken, and they gave him the opportunity to get the position for mayor, I think he's gonna do an outstanding job for the community and as a mayor for Eagle Pass.
now let me ask you this: what do you think the thought process was when they found out that there were 46 votes under? Did any of them reach out to you? Did you speak with Aaron at the time, or how did
I went
or
to
give us your
I
perspective?
I, I said, you know what, with Mr. Valdez, I'll go to war with him and I'll fight. But like I've always said, it ain't over till the fat lady sings.
Yeah.
So, you know, and in going back to Ms. Cruz's campaign, their people, I think the way I saw it, that they're already counting their chickens before they hatch.
Hmm. No,
Because you know how loud it got when they found out that they were up 46 votes.
well, honestly, we were a little late to the party on there. We ended up going until after the early vote had already been called. It kind of caught us off guard. I thought it was a little bit quick. I thought they would have waited until the ballots from election day got there to start counting the early day vote, but that wasn't the case. I guess at 7 when the polls closed, they started doing their counting. So I was late. I will mention that as soon as I got there, right? I got there, I got my phone, I got my mic set up, everything plugged in. So I'm just getting there, right? I had to walk passing Monica Cruz's campaign. Now, as I was doing that slow walk down, crossing them, I heard a whole bunch of crap being talked to me. Que no vales madre, que chinga tu madre, y que look what's going
Who
on,
was
cause
that? Who was that? Who
who's
was that?
up.
Who was that coming out from? Who was that was coming out from?
Honestly, I don't even remember. I didn't even turn to look in that direction. I just heard, things being thrown at me, and it is what it is.
Hey,
That we
but you know what I like? Hey, but you know what I like about this? That nobody gets involved with me
and why is that, Wapu?
because they'll think twice. I'll flip the world upside down. Like I have a lot of faith, and I've always said, "El que ora mal, mal le va." Right.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, but the reconnect that it was gonna affect Aaron. No, it didn't. It actually helped him. You know why? Because he made a statement at first, but he was able to call majority of the people on that reconnect dot, and he told them. And I give him a lot of credit because at first he was a little nervous because he didn't know what to do. But when he made that statement and he called people, telling them what's going on, and what they did is that reconnect was not coming from Aaron's camp. It was coming from Mrs. Cruz camp. They did that to put people against Mr. Valdez, but at the end of the day, it didn't work. Because if it would have worked, Miss Cruz would have been the mayor. But I give everybody a benefit of doubt, and I can even take it off. We can ask a couple of questions. If I would have been on Monica Cruz's team,
Mhm.
would Monica win? Yes. I would have made that happen. And we can ask. I got no problem asking, but that just to prove a point where I'm coming from.
So, I mean, this election was something different, Wapo. You're a little older than I am, so you probably know and been around a lot longer. You've seen more elections than I have. Um, but this one's definitely one for the books, right? There was a lot of things that we don't regularly see. Um, would you say, or would you, do you think this one was the dirtiest campaign in recent history?
It was it's in some aspects, um, it was both parties. I'm not gonna speak for Mr. Valdez, and I'm not gonna be with Ms. Cruz. I'm gonna call it right down in the middle that it got to the point that it was very unprofessional. And I spoke to Mr. Valdez. I told him, just keep on doing what you're doing. Let them do this. Yeah, Keta doing this, saying this. They threw him with everything. But when I put a protection on Mr. Valdez, everything they're throwing at him, it's gonna backfire.
No, yeah, and I mean, all of us here that are watching, we have 30 people through all of our social media platforms watching, but I think everybody can say that this one was a little bit different. Yes, there was a lot of dirt, little mudslinging, había de todo, ¿verdad? And then you had a lot of um, what's become famous now as the yum yum trees, right? So, I mean, we were even included in one of them, and I know a lot of people are out there are might be asking this, that, or the other. If some of these, where are these images coming apart? And one thing I do want to say is that I don't condone those things. I don't think that they should or anybody should be involving people's family members and all that crap. I mean, I I hope that at least moving forward we can kind of get away from those types of political attacks because
Every
it's
politic,
it's
yeah, sorry to cut you off. Every politician on that dot, first of all, you don't go and put a district judge, Ms. Maribel
Mhm.
Flores. She's an honorable judge.
I agree with
Defamation of character, that's against the law to do that by putting her on there.
that.
Which is, if she really wanted to, she can go with the IPA address and you can find out where it was coming from. You know,
Mhm.
I can even find out where it was coming from if I want to. But
No, yeah.
it's not my job, and I'm not an investigator. But like I said, it was families, wives, kids,
Mhm. Yeah.
everybody. And you don't do that. As a politician, you don't do that. Go after the politician himself.
Mhm.
It's a one on one, but don't do that because they did everything. And what happened? They lost.
No, and I totally agree with you. I was a little bit bothered with seeing, our district judge there because I don't think that she has any involvement in here, and just because
In
she
any
is a
involvement in no
she's a judge, she
politics.
she can't be.
She's an
Yeah,
honorable
she
judge.
can't.
She's an honorable judge. You don't do that. It just the way I see it, it's just very unprofessional, and that's why it had to happen and happen, and that's why I don't took the win. Now we can ask. Yeah, I'm gonna ask real quick, and I'm not gonna
Uh-oh.
move my hand. I'm gonna put it right here.
Here it comes. Here it comes. What is it that we're
If
asking?
if if I was involved with Monica Cruz, his campaign, would she would have won? There it
What's his
is.
hand, guys? Is it moving? Y'all see a hand moving, guys? Let us know.
I'm not moving. See
So,
that?
so can you tell everybody that's watching at home what are we looking for? What do we know is a yes? What do we know? How do we know it's a no?
When it goes front and back, it's a yes.
Okay. When
When
it's
it
rocking
goes like this, it's a no.
front and back.
So let's now I'm gonna ask if there's gonna be a recount.
Okay. Okay.
Is Monica Cruz going to do a recount? Yes or no?
It looks like it's rocking back and forth, right?
Yeah. Say yes.
There's going to be a recount.
Now, is after the recount, is Monica Cruz going to win? Yes or no?
Uh oh. Let's see. We're trying to see your hand to see if it's moving, guys. Y'all see his hand moving? Is it moving or no? Or is it just the chain?
It's not moving.
That's a no. So you're asking, and it's telling you that Monica Cruz is not going to win the recount.
Yeah, she's not.
Now, what would be your predictions for the recount?
That's it's still gonna. Mr. Valdez is gonna win.
Is there going to
He
be
already
a
won.
yes? Yes, he did. He
Nothing's
is
gonna
our
change.
elected.
Nothing's gonna change. A lot of people are unhappy that no hicieron trampa, and you know what? It's both sides. You know, yeah, Mr. Miss Cruz, when she changed addresses, and it's and Mr. Valdez was he carried himself in a professional manner, but they were just trying to blame him for things. And but you know what? At the end of the day, who came out on top? That's what I'm trying to understand, to make people understand that he went through hell on this election.
Yeah,
He was walking 2 hours yesterday, election day. He was knocking
yeah.
on doors,
You
and
know what?
and
I don't mean to cut you off, but true story here. So you're absolutely right. He was block walking still on the day of election. He actually went to my mother's house, knocked on her door, and then spoke with her. And my mom called me as soon as he ended up leaving, and then my mom called me right after. He's all, you're not gonna believe what happened. I was like, well, what happened, mom? What's going on? Are you okay? No, Aaron Valdez, she was kind of excited. Aaron Valdez, he was here. And I'm like, what do you mean? His campaign went, to go tell you to vote? I mean, that's normal. No, it was him. He was here to come and ask me to go
and
vote for him.
and, and, and,
And
and
I was
and you
like,
want and you want to know one thing? Like I told him, and I've been involved in so many elections with Tracy King, with Mr. Morales, you know, and when you, I always tell everybody, the sign, el sign, no vota.
yeah.
You have to go out there. How many times you see that?
I mean, just in the difference, right? My mom actually had Aaron Valdez go knock on his door, ask for her vote. on election day. Now, my house, I only had workers of Monica Cruz come by, not talk to anybody in my household, but just leave the papers, the voters, the little pamphlets and all that. So I thought that was kind of different. We have Paco Jr. He's one of our regulars on here, interacting with us. We appreciate you, Paco. Y'all need to check out Paco's
Which Paco is it?
Paco Jr.
Is it
Y'all
the
need
one
to
from
check out.
Wagon Wheel?
No. But y'all need to visit Paco's page. He's doing some great things, letting you guys know information about the International Bridge. Just a shout out, Paco. I don't know if you want to leave the name of the page on here so we can get some more eyes on your page. We know that you're doing great stuff, letting people know how long the bridge is, what time it's taking. We have the big thing with the X race going down there at the bridge whenever we're crossing. Paco's been all over that, and we appreciate that, Paco. Just wanted to give him a quick shout out. Sorry,
Who else do we
Waffle.
have in on? Who else do we have on there?
We have, well, he had a comment. Look, he says him and his wife were calling and walking, working with the votes. Yeah, I mean, and that's something that's real refreshing, don't you think? That to have the actual person that's running to go and knock his wife also going and knock, it just shows the involvement and the investment that these people have, right?
Okay. You want to know how many people went out there and voted?
How many is that?
That I sent.
How many people did you send?
It was just a shy, a little under 500.
500 people you sent out to vote?
Yep.
That's a big number, Waffle.
Boy, hey, look, you want to ask? They'll tell you yes.
I mean, sure, I'm not asking. I'm just kind of surprised because that 500 votes is a big number.
Shy under 500. The minute, because we can go back when the first election happened, you had Miss Jessica, Elias, Albert, and Mr. Jorge Sierra. When I
Correct.
endorsed them, remember when I endorsed them?
Yes, you did.
When I endorsed them, I said, you know what? I open up publicly to all three of them, you know. And when they were attacking Miss Jessica, and by the way, her dad's a good friend of mine, and
We
they even
actually
thought
think. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
they even thought Albert was gonna win. But I said Maverick County, Albert won Maverick County, but this is not Maverick County. This is city. So
Well, I mean, that was what, about 8 years ago, 4 years ago,
yeah,
or what was it?
yeah.
When
But anybody that affiliates with with Horta, el Latino loses. Bottom line.
oh wow, yeah, that's calling them out.
Yeah. You know,
It,
he's always been a dirty player, and I don't like him myself, especially when you think you know about politics and you don't know a damn thing.
and that's who you're trying to call out right now. Do you think that they had any effect with what they were putting out? I know that he was strongly behind that ticket, the three people, which was Monica, Sierra, and Rodriguez. So, do you
Yeah.
think that?
Look. I'm gonna ask it real quick.
What are we asking this time?
We're gonna ask if I had control over this election. Did I make Aaron win?
Okay.
We're gonna ask. So did I did I make Aaron win and this election? And was I in control of this election? And without, let's just say, did did I made did I send, they just say 450, 475 votes. Did I send 400, a little bit less than 500? Did I send? Did I send a little bit of 500 votes to vote for Mr. Aaron Valdez? And did I have full control of this election? And
Full control.
did Aaron win because I helped him out? Yes or no? Look,
That's a lot of questions, though, man. We don't have to chop them up. It's rocking back and forth, guys. Do y'all see this? Now, let me know. I want to know from the people watching. Is this hand moving? Do you guys think that this is legit? I mean, it's saying yes, according to rocking back and forth, right?
front back, yeah.
Let me know, guys. If you see his hand moving, please let me know so we can call him out on his bullshit if it is bullshit. But it's rocking back and forth. Y'all see a hand moving? Now, uh, shit. So how many votes is it that you're saying that you were able to get?
I think when by being endorsed, I know it was more than 400 votes.
That's a lot of votes. That's a lot
Yeah,
of votes.
I know a
Um,
lot of people.
I know
I
you
have a lot
know
of followers.
Fortis. I know you know Fortis. Fortis says I've said it too. He's a cancer to politics. El Latino. Um, look at his track record. All the politicians he supports, they lose. I mean,
Oh, by the way, Lando Fortis, hey, let Isaac know when I say something. Does it always happen in my favor? Mr. Fortis has seen it several times, and people don't realize it until they go against me and they will not win.
that's crazy.
Fortis, go ahead and speak up on that one.
That's crazy. Now moving from this election forward, right? There may be a recount. We don't know what's going to happen. You've already done your prediction, saying, Aaron Valdez is solid. He's still going to come out after the recount. But how does this affect moving forward? Let's say Mr. Mijares out there in the school board district, the superintendent. Now, there was several rumors saying that he was involved in this election.
What?
There was a lot of rumors, a lot of people saying that he was involved in this election, pushing Monica Cruz.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of there's a lot of questions that we have about the school board and the thing that's gone down there. Now, we what we have seen, and I'm going to ask you right now about the commentary and what you think about it. But we saw just recently, and rest in peace, one of our great community members, Lupita Fuentes, she passed away. So her seat had to go to election. If you read and with the timing of her death, again, rest in peace, you saw, or anybody that read the law would understand that that seat had to go to election. Now, you had an appointment to Morris Lipton Jr., the school board trustee. He was appointed, right? And then you had
And he was the
somebody.
one, hey, and he was the one that endorsed
Yes,
Monica Cruz.
yes, he did. I'm
And you know
glad you brought
what? Hey, and I'm saying it, no matter who endorsed her, no matter how much money they spent, no matter, you could have put $1 million to that election campaign. But you know what? When it's in the script and I'm calling the shot, it is what it is.
that. Fortis went ahead and posted. He says that you're protected by God.
That that's he's in control. He's in control of me, and he's in control everything around me. So if anybody tries anything, God had other plans for them.
Now, let me kind of dip back a little bit into this school board situation, right? So you have Morris Lipson Jr., school board trustee. He was appointed this position. And you had somebody, a member of the community, that took it to court so they could put it at election, right? Which is the proper procedure. We had the Honorable Judge Amado Abascal, 365th District, great judge. He made a ruling. And in his ruling, he said that yes, this position needs to go to election, right? Now, we're right now investigating who made that call because it was not the school board. And that is what's very interesting. You would think the school board, being that they're in charge of the legal, they're in charge of getting insurances, they're in charge of a lot of things. Now, my understanding is that the school board did not have a say so about this appeal, that it was an administrative slash, we asked about the thing. We got a response from the legal team of the school district, and they said it was the insurance that they have that said that they needed to appeal it. Now, my thing is that who was the one who actually signed for this petition to go in? Why did they appeal this decision?
Who signed it?
That's what we're going to get to the bottom of. Now, we've been investigating, we've been connecting the dots. We've been trying to follow up with the
Hey,
situation.
I'm gonna do one. Awesome. But I'm gonna try to see if I can reconnect the dots. You know, they did everything. It takes a lot of work for that to do, and it backfired. Anything that they threw at Mr. Valdez, he handled it in a professional manner, and he did not lose focus. Most of all, he kept on going straight.
No, yeah. I mean, he won the day. He had a hell of a campaign, I would say, and he had his supporters behind him, and he's becoming this person that's a damn election day legend because he pulls out the votes on election day. Um, so we are right now we're requesting that information in reference to the school board. So we're very interested into who was the one that pulled the trigger to say we're gonna appeal it because we've been following this process with the school board. There were some changes, and the way we're kind of calculating it is that we believe, and this is just my opinion. Maybe right now you can tell us what your opinion is, Wapo. We think that right now we have three people in the school board that are with Mijares, that support them, are behind them. You do what you need to do, Mijares. And then we think that there's another three people, three individuals, three school board members that want to see a change, that will welcome a change, that would probably even move on from the current superintendent, Samuel Mijares. The wild card here was the position of Lupita Fuentes that was appointed to school board trustee member Morris Lipson. So you have three against three, and you have the one that was appointed. What are
Just
your
like when
thoughts
it,
on that, Wapo?
ju- just like just like when hitter hitter won. What happened there? There was gonna be a runoff, and they said there couldn't be a runoff. Remember?
Correct. Well, I don't think in the school board, I think there needs to be a runoff. It needs to be declared beforehand. Am I correct on that?
You're correct on that.
And that's the issue that happened with the Hillary race, where you had a Manuel, what's his name? Manuel,
I'm sorry, it's escaping me right now, but that was the issue. That there was no runoff because it wasn't declared at the time. Now, I'd like to check the minutes to see if that was a school board decision or is the superintendent actually just, you know, pulling the trigger himself and making these decisions for the board. Is that something possibly that could be happening, Wapo? What do you think?
I think that's something that's happening right now. But like I said, you have two that are gonna be running
Mhm.
election coming out. Do you know who those two are?
Why don't you tell us?
Huh?
You tell us. Which two are they?
Ms. Martinez, Ms. Hilda Martinez,
Okay.
and there's the other one. I can't remember. I don't know what's his name, but there's another one. What's his name? Robinson? No, not Robinson. What's his? There's another
Uh,
one.
Let me see. If there's another member that's going to be running. Well, I think it's the other three that are going to be running. Es Hilda. You have Barrera just one.
Hitler just won.
Hiller just one. Oh man, it's escaping me right now. I know I was just talking about this earlier today too. Let me see.
Mr. Robinson? No,
No. Hold on. Look, I'll get it for you
Mr.
right now. I was actually talking about this exact.
Exact thing with Fortis earlier today. Um,
Portis. Help me out, Portis.
Purcell was there.
she ended up losing. Let me see.
Uh, okay, so you have right now who's in there? Jaime Barrera, Tom Gonzalez, Morris Lipson, Chris Hiller, Jorge Barrera, Victor Perry, Hilda Martinez, and the last one. Yes, no, that's all seven of them right there. And in my opinion, the way I see it, or the way I have been seeing it, or the way I'm counting it, that I have nothing that I can confirm to you. This is just based on my opinion and what I think of the politics that how they're playing out.
Hmm.
I think that Chris Hiller, Jaime Barrera, and Tom Gonzalez. I think that they're the ones that want to change or are interested in changing or may want to look elsewhere from Samuel Mijares that's been there for a while. But then you have, in my opinion, the ones that are supporting um, Mijares, which is Hilda Martinez, Victor Perry, Jorge Barrera, and then you have that appointee, which you didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for him. No one in Eagle Pass voted for him, but Morris Lipson was appointed to the position.
School board trustee Morris Lipson. What are your thoughts
Yeah,
on that?
like I said, no matter how much money, no matter how many endorsements you do, and they saw that he endorsed Miss Cruz. So now turn the tables around. He endorsed Miss Cruz. There's gonna be changes. I don't know what changes, but he endorsed Miss Cruz publicly and thinking that she was gonna win. He should have asked me. I told him. I could have told him. A lot of people
And
lost money on that, man.
you're talking about the school board member Morris Lipson, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
No, yeah, and that was the whole thing that I believe that
How many watchers do we have?
right now, just on Facebook,
book it's 25 on all the social medias. We have about 40 something. I also stream on YouTube and I also stream on X. So
Okay.
the count on Facebook is 25, but this other account's telling me 41 right now.
Hey, so I attract a lot of views then.
I mean, it is what it is, Wapo. That's why we have you on here. We're not gonna have anybody that can't, if you can't draw a crowd. I mean,
it's very difficult for me as a podcaster to want to interview you, me as a news media to want to interview you. I know several years back, uh, what was it, 4 years, 2 years ago, we had a guy who was running for city councilman. He's trying to make a name for himself, and
Who?
we
Who?
interviewed him.
Who?
This is the guy that tried to create a news media, the fake news media. Now you know el gordillo que anda ahí.
Is that Landa or no?
No, no, no. Landa's good. Landa, I mean,
He's with the business journal, right?
no. Landa actually is with the Newsgram, and he has his own. But we respect Jose Landa. I think he does really good work.
And is an honest guy. But the one we're talking about is the one that was supporting Monica Cruz, the one, her personal news media. Um,
That guy. So he's the one that's been going on and trying to support that whole little camp that is involved with well, what we've been able to conclude or come to the assumption of, in our opinion, that all that political group is very much tied to the old political machine that David Salcedo, former county judge, used to have.
we have Chelly Ramos says that Lipson, Martinez, and Perry, their terms expire in 2026.
So they are the ones that will be having their seats up for grabs. Again, I
I
think
can't already.
that
Hey, I wanna do it right now, but I'll
okay,
do it on the next podcast or I'll do it on the next podcast or down the line. I'll
okay,
predict it, and I'm gonna nail it.
damn, damn. Well, it's going to be interesting to see who's going to run against these people, right? Because of course, I don't think anybody's going to go on. There's going to be a contestant in each of these.
I
Now,
don't know. I don't know. Just like Mr. Alvarez. Alvarez had a. Uh, it was Mr. Barrera ran against Mr. Alvarez.
correct, and he ended up
Mm.
winning there. But so to get the story that we were talking about of how that ended up going with school board trustee Morris Lipson, it was very weird how he came out. Don't you think? I mean, we already had the general election. We already had um, time go by, and then it wasn't until we had posted something about the situation, the actual campaign finance reports that were coming out of Monica's camp, that we started to question what's going on here. And that's coming from the infamous $0, the $0, supposedly $0 billboard that was given or donated in kind to Monica Cruz from later on we discovered from Morris Lipson. And I don't know if
Oh
you
yeah.
had a chance to did you see the video how he reacted to it?
I didn't see the video. I haven't watched it, but yeah, no, they should have asked
Your
me. I
experience.
would.
Your
They should have asked me, and I would have told them. No matter what you do, this race it's gonna go out on 100%. No matter what you do, no matter how much money you spend, no many endorsements. I already have it in the script. It's going for Aaron Valdez, and I didn't-
what I
and I never left them. I never left them alone. I'd always defend them.
now
Yeah,
What I wanted to ask, in your experience, billboards that are, big billboards on loop,
five
on
thousand,
Veterans Loop,
5,000.
it's not $0,
correct?
Huh?
that's what they reported. Zero, it's because they reported $0. But you're saying that cost around 5,000?
Between 5 and 10.
Okay.
So that's what we brought up. because in the financial campaign report that Monica Cruz turned in, according to that, school board trustee Morris Lipson actually donated and put zero, or somebody put $0 on that donation. You're
That's
saying it's
wrong.
anywhere from 5 to 10,000. Now,
Yep.
when we brought that up, that's when school board trustee Morris Lipson made a video and he said, "Yes, I am with Monica. I'm gonna endorse her." He said that what we reported was wrong, what was false, this is that, and we stand by what we say because we believe that that was right information at the time. In our opinion, right? That's what we thought. We were commenting on something public that is public domain that is up for public debate. So, and then he made the video. He made that video. He declared himself to be with Monica, but he never told us how much those signs cost. That never came up. That never came out of his mouth. And again, he is an appointed school board trustee. You didn't elect him. I didn't vote for him. No one here watching, all of the people that have tuned in today, nobody elected this gentleman. And I'm not saying he's a bad guy. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, it looks very suspicious to me why he was appointed, and then you have three people with Mijares, three people possibly against Mr. Mijares, and that one deciding vote was appointed. And then after that, like I said, they appealed the decision that was given by the Honorable Judge, 365th District, Amado Abascal, Honorable Judge, great judge. Um, he is the one who gave that determination saying that position needed to go for election. But they appealed it. And then now you have, all this time to 2026 that either way, what's going on? You can't hear me? All right. We have a situation, guys. Can you guys hear us out there? Give me a thumbs up, guys, if you can still hear, if you can still hear us, or at the very least, if you can still hear me. That way, I know if we're messing up or if it's El Guapo stuff. Can you guys help us out with that? We appreciate it. Thumbs up, anybody? Okay. See, Wapo, I think that they're able to hear me. They're not able to hear you. Can we get you maybe to come out and come back in? I think that would fix it if you come close it and then come back. I got a couple of people here saying that they're able to hear me. Yeah, they're able to hear me. If you want to close it and then come back in, can you hear me? You can't hear me? Close it. All right, there you go, guys. I think that he was able to get what we were saying, and that now. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Sometimes with this technology, as many of y'all know, it's not 100%, and sometimes it doesn't work. So we did lose El Guapo. Right now, I'll go ahead and show you guys the reason why I've been getting up, and I apologize from the podcast, is that we were doing a cooked version here. You know how we like to do the cooked version. We got some good stuff out here. The kids
All right. You hear me?
wanted dad to cook out, so that's what we
Hey,
do.
you hear me?
Yeah, there you go. There you go, Wapo.
Yeah. My bad. Sorry about that. Lost connection.
No, no, no. Hey, it happens. It happens. Technology today, it happens.
So where were we at? What are your thoughts about that situation that's going on at the school district?
Well, I can tell you from my perspective point of view that when Morris Lipson endorsed Monica Cruz and he put $0 on that, I know that he didn't give her. I
Well,
know that he gave her. I know.
It was it wasn't him that put it though.
it wasn't him because he doesn't fill out the form. I think that's
No,
a
I
campaign.
understand that. I understand that. But I know he gave her money. That for a
Uh,
fact. You
or
can't.
I mean,
You can't.
I
You
don't know.
can't lie about that. But you know what? The thing about it is, I ain't worried about it because I don't want. And I told everybody. I told Constable Hernandez. I told everybody that this is going without 100%. But then again, nobody believes me. But it is what it is, and I
I,
think Mr. Valdez,
you
let
know,
him work, let him do the job, and let him remove those medians on Bibb Street and on Main Street, on Bibb and El Indio. See, we can have better traffic flow, less
yeah, it
hectic.
would it would be great, man, because it's terrible right now with those things. I mean, we're not a big city, man. We're not San Antonio. We're not Houston. We're not those.
We're not
You know,
Laredo. We're not Laredo either.
I mean, it, yeah, and I hope he's able to accomplish something on that end. We'll be looking at it, of course, and monitoring that situation because I mean, I cannot say anybody that I've ever heard
Hey,
anybody
what
say
I'm
they like
saying
that.
is that don't lie. Don't lie. Hey, you know what? So and so give you money, put it on there. Why do you put zero? So it didn't cost no money to put her name picture on the billboard. Come on.
No, no, yeah, I totally agree with you. The situation is it's iffy, very iffy, and that's why we called it out. And
We called it out, and the gentleman, the school board member, felt that he had to say something about it, or he had to defend himself. And right there, when was the last time you've ever seen the gentleman Morris Lipson ever come out and say anything about his political position?
No, because it was going to benefit him. Because it was going to benefit him because he was going to run. He's running. So he said, you know what? I'll help out Miss Cruz, and Miss Cruz will help me out when I run.
Mm.
So
So that's the situation there, huh? Yeah, I mean, like I said, what we do here is we call it out the way it is. We showed everybody there was a $0 billboard. Those billboards did not cost $0.
I
And
know
then
how
when
much
we
it
brought
costs. I know, like I said, between 5 and 10 grand. But I don't see the point of them lying. Why do you lie for that? You know, you're lying. So that means you're going to lie to the community as well.
no, yeah, and I will say again, I don't think that it was Morris Lipson that wrote that $0. Uh, I think that was more of either Monica herself or
Or campaign manager.
the campaign manager, correct? And
That's what makes it iffy, right? Is like, why would you put $0 when everybody knows that's not the point.
Hey,
That's not the issue.
what happened to Victor Lozoya?
um, I mean, we did see him at the election night. He was there. I didn't get to talk to him myself. I can imagine they weren't very pleased about the situation. So, but yeah,
Well, you know what we will comment on is that not Victor Lozoya, but his brother that we used to work with at Public Works, Juan Manuel Lozoya. We worked with him before at Public Works.
Oh,
I was there
and
at Public Works a lot
I
of time.
told Mario wasn't calling him, but I don't know if that's true or not. Like I said, I only say what they want to hear. I give them benefit of the doubt, and that's why I don't feel sorry for them. Not each one of them.
Yeah, I mean, at 3 in the morning, we were able to catch some comments that were made by Lozoya. He's known as El Negro. We posted him as well, where he's saying, "Where do you want to meet? This thing's over. We can get it done." And then he throws out some insinuation that remember when you lived with the doctor in Dallas, and I'm like, "Fuck, you're talking about, right?"
He was telling you.
Yeah, he was telling me. So I responded and I said, "Hey, y'all didn't. If you had a problem, I was there at the election night and I didn't hear y'all say anything, or y'all didn't come up to me or whatever. If he wants to do something, right? I don't advocate for that kind of intervention. I don't think
Oh, hey,
violence
hey, I'll
is right.
say it, and I'm saying it. I'm gonna tell him. Remember, Victor? I asked you, hey, let me help you guys out, and he said no
What?
because of Chicho Hernandez. Again, I'll say his name, and I'm like, what does that have to do with me helping
Yeah.
Monica before
So what's that
anything? Before
situation?
before I knew who she was gonna be a supporter, before I knew who she was with, before I knew who she was connected to, before I knew everything.
So what's the deal there? I mean,
You're saying a lot of names out here, and we're wondering.
are these people involved in elections regularly, or how's that?
It's just the fact that he was like, "Oh, you can't." Like I only said what he wanted to hear, but I'm like, como digo yo, el que ríe el último ríe mejor.
Yeah, that's a famous saying, and
Y se
true.
chingó el pedo. Hey, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna take a plate from you, man, because those ribs look good.
Yeah,
Isaac's
I
el pit master, the Mexican pit master, Isaac, Maverick Times, hashtag back.
no, and I apologize, Wapo, and I apologize to everybody. We had the kids wanting, us to cook out, and I know that we had
Beautiful,
spoken,
beautiful,
and
beautiful.
you guys wanted to hear from El Wapo. You guys wanted to know what El Wapo thought about this election. So, we had to accommodate, and we apologize for, kind of the interference or distraction here, but Wapo, I mean, we always appreciate you. That's why we had to say, hey, we might be doing this thing tonight for the kids, but I appreciate you not being bothered about it or anything.
Oh no, it doesn't bother me at all. I really enjoy it. Especially, I thank you for your time and inviting me to do a podcast at any time, any day. You need me to do a podcast, I'll be more than glad to do it. And thank you for all the followers that I have. And just see Mr. Aaron Valdez get back to work, and he's got a lot of things to do, fixing this community. Hey, you know what? I voted for him because I want him to bring an Ojos Locos to Eagle Pass. So
what?
yeah,
So
we need Ojos Locos.
Well, let me ask you this. So what's his thought on it? Did he tell you he's going to try to bring one?
I don't know, but there's gonna be a lot of people are gonna be surprised with the work that he's gonna do for Eagle Pass.
Yeah,
And you
I
know
mean,
what? And I'm glad that he won because there was from the other side there was a lot of promises on positions, and they're counting their chickens before they hatched, and that didn't happen.
yeah, man. It's surprising. It was a lot of, this was a big election, man. Like you said, there was a lot of money that went into this election. There was a lot of bad blood for some reason, and it didn't start like that in the very beginning, but it ended up kind of like that. I mean, like I was telling
That's
you,
what hey, but that's what happens when they don't listen to me. They
mm,
think I'm nobody. They think I'm nobody. How many followers we have?
right now, let's see, I just got on this page. We have, let's see, we have 25 right now on. We have 25 right now just on Facebook,
Okay,
and
cool.
a little under 40. if you count YouTube and X.
Got you.
So let me see. We got a couple of new messages that came in. Let's see. We got Nando. The scary part is that she almost won, even after all the flaws with the proof from Maverick times. Let's see. Oh, look. Shout out to my bro, Eric. I love you, bro. Yeah, I gotta try these ribs out, bro. It's the first time I try to make them. The other ones are chuck eye steak.
Hey, hey, don't leave.
Casino
Hey, don't leave.
Grocery.
Hey, don't leave them out there because Wapo's gonna go out there and snatch them from you.
Yeah, these things are almost getting done here. Um,
But
yeah,
yeah. On that note, I'm just glad it's over, and I'm happy for all three of them, Elias, Jessica, and Aaron. I predicted, nailed it. That's it.
I mean, I'm impressed.
I got to tell you, I am impressed. You have been able to call some of these races, and I can't say anything other than like wow, right? I've
And this goes to every politician out there, the ones that are in right now, and the ones that are gonna run.
Mhm.
Save your money. Don't spend it on a Latino because you will lose. Nobody wants Horta. Nobody wants them. I don't even like them. No,
So, who would you suggest that they go with?
right there, my man. You know, remember when Miss Cruz blocked you?
Yeah, she has this block.
Hey, why would I want to block someone that's in the media if it's gonna benefit me? If I would have been smart enough, you know what, Mr. Isaac, here's $5,000. I need you to promote me. But they don't look at it as a business standpoint. They take it personal.
Well, I mean, I can't. It's their decision, right? As a campaign, and they chose to go with advertise or go and do interviews with somebody that's not from here, doesn't understand the politics of our area, doesn't understand our community, isn't from our community, and
I understand that. So you rather send your money somewhere else than to leave it in Maverick County legal pass, spend your money here?
no, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that happened in the campaign. There's a lot of twists
There's
and
a lot of
turns.
hate. There's a lot of hate. It's personal. But like I said, hey, where are they now? Oh, there's gonna be a recount. Oh, trampa, whatever. But I called it. Nothing's gonna change.
Lando says
Now,
que se retire ya el latino,
yeah.
que se
But
retire.
like I
Yeah.
said, every politician that goes out there, don't spend your money on Latino because you're gonna lose.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say I disagree with you. And I don't like to talk bad about other medias as well, but it's just what it is, right? It's just what it is.
Yeah, because it's continue flopping and flopping after flop after flop and after flop. You know, why would you want to invest your money on someone that's gonna burn you and it's known than to literally you jump on the wagon and let's work together and that's it. But no, I'm gonna block Isaac and I don't like him and I'm not gonna work with him. It's personal. But if it would have been a little bit more professional, you know what? I'm gonna open up, Isaac. I need your help, support. I'll pay for advertisement, and that's it. You would have done your job, and that's it. But hey, it is what it is. Can't change it. Can't go back and change it. That's it.
That,
But
that's how it played out.
I already know. I know a lot of things they're coming up for for politics.
Like what? Give us a little bit. Give us a little bit of a preview, Waffle, before we close this out.
You have
Um,
commissioners coming up.
yeah. Yep.
You have you have Roxy Rios. You have commissioners that are running this term. You have a judge that's running this term as well. And I don't know who's listed and who's unlisted, but it's gonna be interesting.
What's your
Um,
take with that one coming up now? You're absolutely right. The next election is going to be a big one. It's going to include a lot of different people. Who do you see winning, or who do you see coming out to run?
well, next term there's gonna be a new sheriff.
Uh oh.
Sheriff Sheriff Smurbert's not gonna be running no more. This is his last term, as far as I know. And yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people running to run for sheriff, but people that were commissioners, people that are constables, and that's gonna be an interesting race. Commissioners, Ms. Roxy Rios, that also is gonna be an interesting race.
Have you heard of anybody that's interested in running against her?
Well, as far as right now, not yet. Um, well, actually, Rosy Cantu, but it's still undecided yet. But I think if she would run,
You've heard that
I
she
think
wants to run.
I've heard.
That's interesting.
And
Former
and
commissioner, right?
and yeah, and I'll tell you, if she runs, and I won't be wrong on this one, if she decides to run against Berrios, I'm predicting it that she will take it, Miss Cantu.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you heard of anybody else that's interested in that one?
No, not that one. County Judge Ramsey Cantu is going to run that one too. So yeah, there's a lot of new, I guess, politicians that want to run, and but we'll just wait and see what happens.
Yeah. No, yeah, absolutely. Well, Wapo, it looks like
Well,
you're getting ready to go to bed there.
before I get off, I want to do one thing. Eagle Pass PopCon coming up on June 27th, 28th. We got the Ninja Turtles coming in. We have Efrain Ramirez, and it's gonna be a free event to the public. It's not gonna get charged at the door, nothing. Pictures are free with the Ninja Turtles and Efrain Ramirez from Napoleon Dynamite. He's coming down as well. So we have him, and oh, also, um, big shout out to a good friend of mine that she continues doing her job, and this is from my point of view, Miss Tammy Olivera from the sheriff's office, and she's been good as far as doing her job. That's all. That's it. She's not involved in politics, and I just want to clarify that people they judge her. I don't know what they think about her, but what I know on her, she does her job, works, and goes home. That's it. And she works on her own person, in her own sheriff's vehicle, her own vehicle, not personal vehicle. She
Wh-
does her truck.
her
Huh?
personal vehicle?
No, she does not use her personal vehicle. She uses the sheriff's vehicle.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I see her. As a matter of fact, I saw her. I invited her for breakfast the other day, and she was working. And I saw her, and she was like, got so much work going on, and but she's a good girl. She just got so much going on the plate because they don't let her work, but
Let me ask
just
you
let her
this.
work.
Let me ask you this because we did hear something to the effect that includes her. She's an investigator. How true is it that her husband also works at the sheriff's office?
No, he's a paramedic. He's a
So
paramedic.
So he does not get paid from the sheriff's office, the jail, nothing like that.
As far as I know, I don't know. I'm not gonna say yes, and I'm not gonna say no. I don't
Okay.
know that he works there, but I know that she works there,
Yeah.
and all she does, she just goes, punch in, works, and goes home.
Okay.
You know,
Cool.
that's
Fair
it. And I'm not gonna say yes, and I'm not gonna say no. That part I don't know, but I do know this that he works in the paramedic in the ambulance.
enough. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
We're just asking since you brought up the subject, and we've heard people talk, and we wanted to ask you about it, but that's fair enough. Wapu, it's been great, man. We appreciate you. I know that we had a little delay, and then I had this thing coming on with the cooking, so I appreciate
Hey,
you.
next time that you cook, you're
Mhm.
gonna have to invite me over. You know
Okay,
what?
well, we'll do a
Hey,
live
I'll buy them.
podcast then. We'll bring
Yeah, we'll do a live podcast. I'll buy the meat, the ribs, whatever. You'll cook them,
okay.
and I'll eat them.
Awesome. That sounds like a plan. We're gonna have to get
Hey,
together and do
also, real quick, kids are out of summer. Stay hydrated, stay safe, and see y'all at Eagle Pass PopCon, 27th and 28th of June, and with the Ninja Turtles and with Johnny Hong coming down. A good friend of mine from Temple, Texas. He has a Comic Con out there. He draws 45,000 people, and we want to do something good for the community for Eagle Pass. So let's make the best of it, and I'll see you guys on the 27th, 28th. Isaac, thank you once again for your time. Have a good night.
All right, well, thank you. This is the Maritime
Yeah,
Podcast number 46 with Tony El Guapo Rodriguez. Thank you, Tony. Appreciate it.
peace.
Thank you guys for joining us. Again, this was the Maverick Times podcast number 46, and we discussed the runoff election, amongst other things, with Tony El Guapo Rodriguez. We appreciate you guys jumping on. Uh, Again, this podcast, this news media, us in general, the Maverick Times, is not possible. We cannot grow. We cannot do anything without your guys' help. Without you guys tuning in, wanting to know what's going on in Maverick County, what's going on in the city, what's going on in Eagle Pass. We are your number one source for the truth, for the facts, and we're not afraid to air the truth out. Everybody deserves the truth. Everybody, everyone deserves and is entitled to knowing the truth. The truth is not just for people that have money or for people that don't have money or whatever. The truth should be available for everybody, and everybody should, or everybody owns truth. Keep it real, keep it authentic. Thank you again. Before we go, do me a favor, guys. Like this post, like this podcast, and if you can share it, if you can, it really helps us out a lot to get our message out and increase our coverage, increase increase our chances to obtain more viewers, more people like you that want to know the truth about what's going on in your community. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it. Again, this is the Maverick Times podcast number 46. We appreciate y'all. Have a good night. Ah, quick congratulations before we go to Mayor-elect Aaron Valdez for his win as our next mayor, and we look forward to seeing what great things he can bring as mayor. Thank you guys. We appreciate y'all. Have a nice night.